Hello. Um, Today's video is a bit different than my usual content. I just wanted to have a bit of a conversation, and I feel like it's very important to talk about this, especially in the modding community. It's important, just for me to open the conversation space for this. I do, before I get into this, I am in a different space. Right now, I'm in front of my dad's PC. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but a 31-page Google Doc was made about me. It was made by a couple mod creators, Animal Crossing mod creators for Animal Crossing New Leaf. And I feel like this whole thing is like a huge misunderstanding. Like, I don't think it's that serious. I didn't really do most of the things that they think I did. So we're here to talk about it. So this Google Doc was brought to my attention when it was sent in my server, my Discord server. You can join if you check my channel. My Discord server. Yes, so in my Discord server, they did send, they sent this Google Doc. And me and my mods were talking about it, and we came to the conclusion that we should delete it, mostly because we don't want drama to ensue in the server. We didn't want, a whole bunch of people getting upset or getting accusatory or jumping and picking sides or whatever. Even though not that many people interacted with it, it still felt like a good call to remove it. Also because I don't allow drama in my server. We don't really harbor that kind of energy here. It's a safe space, safe, welcoming, open, talk about anything. Just don't talk about drama or anything insane, nothing political either. But yeah, so this Google Doc was sent to my Discord server and we had removed it. I did look at the Google Doc posted, and I did read through it, and I feel like, hold on, this thing is really long, so I'm just gonna try and get through all of this really quickly, because I'm not gonna edit this video too much. I'm gonna try and keep it as genuine and just good vibes only, honesty and genuineness. Let's go. So basically in this document, they say that they have issues with my modding services, that I condone piracy in my server. The mod creators also feel like I have profited off of their work in some way. And there's other things here that we'll get to, but I think the most important thing for me to address is the mod creators first. So basically, before I had started charging for my modding service, I had posted a video showcasing the mods that I had personally downloaded in my Animal Crossing New Leaf game on my modded 3DS. And I do personally enjoy these mods. They're very well made, which is why I made a video about them. Now, I can't remember. I'm so sorry, I had to cut it. I was like losing myself there for a moment. I kept like forgetting what I was saying. But basically, no way, it's happening again. After I had made those videos before, they became aware of my existence, and we had very pleasant exchanges. But fast forward to when I start charging for my modding services, I'm not sure what gave them the impression that their mods were part of my service, but they never were. Yeah, so they were never part of my modding service. I never used their mods. The mods that I have used, VapeCord, I also have used Tomodachi Enterprise once before, but yeah, they were never part of my service, included in my service. Nobody's ever requested their mods, mostly because a lot of the people that do get my service are not very tech savvy, so you can't blame them for not knowing about your mod. You know, they don't know what your mod is, they don't know what it does, they don't know what it's for. The only mod I think people really know about is VapeCord, which is the one that I use the most frequently in my services, and the creator of that mod has said that they don't have an issue with me using it as part of my service. It's not really a big deal to them. They don't really care. So yeah, I think this whole thing is just a misunderstanding because these mod creators feel like I have ignored them in some way, and that I'm profiting off of their artwork, but I have never profited off of their artwork, and I never ignored anybody. I didn't ignore anybody. I didn't purposefully ignore or evade messages. I get a lot of DMs on Instagram, which is where they say that they contacted me and all types of stuff. But I do get a lot of DMs. I don't get to go through them as frequently as I'd like. I do get very busy. Just in between, like, you know, my real life work, my modding services, recording and editing videos, it gets hectic. You know, I don't always have time to look through all my DMs, unfortunately. But that's just to say, I didn't ignore anybody purposefully. But I did go through and I found it. It was about I want to say maybe a month and a half ago. It was really buried in my DMs. I had to search for it. And I would have responded had I seen the message sooner, but I just I'm not sure. I kind of feel like this whole thing is definitely a misunderstanding. And I hope this kind of just nips it in the bud. I'm not going to be like naming names or anything, just because I don't want to send people and like everybody's mad at each other, and like I kind of hate that energy. I don't want anybody to feel like they're in trouble or like feel like this is some controversy when it's not. I just I don't really know how else to say this, but I didn't do any of that stuff that they were saying, except for piracy. I do encourage piracy. Also, I just want to talk a little bit about my modding service. I do have an extensive modding service that is $100, 100 buckaroonies. And a lot of people feel like this is priced unreasonably. The whole reason for my pricing is because I'll start with the game size and queue. So I don't strictly stick to the game limit that I put there. So even though it says you get up to 50 games, I'll put like 60. I've done 63, 65 before. And this queue for a game queue of that size takes a very long time to install and download. And this is not counting the NDS games that I'm also installing, that I'm taking the time to install one by one and make the files on your SD card and put them there. This is not counting the games that I am patching with English translations that I'm going and finding and putting through Delta Patcher myself. This is also including games that are being virtually injected into your console. So Game Boy ROMs, NES, SNES, Game & Watch, homebrew games as well. I will download them for you. But this is all to say that it takes more time than I think people are realizing. There's more that goes into it than me just sitting there and downloading games off of HShop. The entire modding process does take about a day or two, depending on how big the download queue is, how large the games are. Just for reference, and I'll be a bit lenient here, I won't dramatize it, or because I feel like it would be closer to 8 hours that it takes to download a queue of that size, but I'll say minimum it would be 6 hours to download a queue of that size. So it's 6 hours downloading games, not counting the hour I take with the initial modding process and setting up Pretendo and NetPass and your custom themes, splash, and badges that you request. Sometimes people don't always find specific themes and stuff and badges, and they just give me a broad idea of what they want. I always do supply them and send them to the Theme Plaza website, but sometimes they just want me to freestyle it, so I do that too. They also say that I shouldn't be charging for modding because it is a skill that you can learn. You can Google and teach yourself these things, but what can't you teach yourself? You can teach yourself pretty much anything. I would like to say that my service is for convenience, for people that don't have the time or the resources to sit down and mod their own 3DS. Maybe they have their childhood 3DS from when they were 10 or 11, but they don't have a PC or a laptop. Maybe they're just not as tech savvy and they don't trust themselves with the process, or maybe they're older and they want to give a loved one a gift or something. There's a lot of different scenarios where somebody would want to purchase my service, and I'm there for those people. And I don't want to discourage anybody from purchasing my service, but I also don't want to discourage anybody from learning how to mod their own 3DS, because I do love the process myself. It's very fun. It gets my heart pumping. I don't know how to, I don't know. It's just genuinely enjoyable to me. So if I can help somebody else learn that, that would be fantastic to me. It's the whole reason I started my 3DS Discord server. It's supposed to be like a community, a safe space for everybody to make friends with people that are also in the 3DS community. You can share mods, games, homebrew ports. We'll help you with any issues that come up with your 3DS. Any assistance you need, we've got you. We've got designated 3DS helpers. I don't want to seem like I'm discouraging anybody or making it seem like my service is the only way to have access to these things. I also do post tutorial videos you guys can check out at any time on my TikTok and my Instagram. They're very kind of fast, but I'm looking to make longer form content on YouTube, so I'll probably make longer form videos of how to do this, how to do that, how to get a custom whatever, so the information will be even more available to you guys. I just kind of want to end this off by saying, if you want to learn how to mod, I will teach you. That's what my tutorials are there for. That's what my Discord channel is there for. We have 3DS helpers that have been verified by me. They're knowledgeable and they will give you the most valuable help that you can find. You can also join the homebrew Discord server, the Nintendo homebrew Discord server. You can also DM me personally, though I do get a lot of DMs. I do try my best to go through them every other day or so, just to keep up with everything that's happening. But yeah, I hope this clears some things up for people, and I hope this helps. Also, I will be posting for sure my port video. I promise, the part 2. I would love it if it became if I could make a dedicated series to homebrew ports and games that work also on an old 3DS, because I know it's kind of hard. to find cool homebrew games that work on your 3DS. Every single time you find a cool one, it only works for the newer models. So I think it would be cool to have a series dedicated to ports that work on older 3DS models. So yeah, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I would love to hear your thoughts. Leave me a comment. Leave a like if you feel. I would love a like. Thank you. Maybe even subscribe if you're interested in some homebrew content. But yeah, thank you for sitting here with me and having this genuine conversation. Bye.